And that's why I say Joker is the best big man in the league. Joker went to the big dance and got that thing done.
Even when you guard him for one of the best possessions that you think you've guarded him, he puts the ball behind his head, Larry Bird style, and shoots it 50 feet in the air, and it goes in. I think he did it like 4 or 5 times this series. So you do like this to him.
I hate when he makes shots because he's so unorthodox, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a miss, and then it goes straight in. You know, he's incredible.
Special players throughout the history of the NBA have left their unique mark on the league. From MJ's sheer dominance,
Michael shakes the finger,
to LeBron's scoring ability,
turn the corner inside,
to Larry Legend's shooting,
double fake jumper, it's good.
And everything in between, the all-time greats have carved out untouchable legacies. But by the time he's done playing, Serbia big man Nikola Jokic could be known as the NBA's Swiss Army knife. He started out as a European big man just known for his size, but 3 MVPs and a championship later, he's become the best of all worlds. Everyone from current NBA players to all-time legends has something to say about Nikola Jokic's game. Join us today as we take a look at what makes the Joker so tough to guard and why he could go down as one of the greatest to ever play this game. Jokic might be the greatest player in the NBA today, but it didn't start out that way. He wasn't a big-time draft pick, and he wasn't expected to be a superstar. In fact, Jokic went 42nd overall in the 2014 draft and didn't even play for the team during what would have been his first season in the league. And he only got a contract from the Denver Nuggets after he impressed the team during NBA Summer League games. He signed his first contract with the Nuggets in the summer of 2015 after averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds in 5 Summer League games. Joker would only average 10 points a game during his rookie season, but even as a new NBA player, there were glimpses of the baller he would become in later years. On November 18, 2015, he had a coming-out party as he scored 23 points and snagged 12 rebounds against the San Antonio Spurs. He would also show off his ability to dish the rock to his teammates, as he recorded a career-high 9 assists against the Charlotte Hornets just 2 months after that. In February of 2016, Joker would post a career high in both points and rebounds, as he notched a double-double against the Toronto Raptors with 27 points and 14 rebounds. This put the NBA on notice, and by the end of his rookie season, Jokic was named to the NBA All-Rookie team and finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting.
Gets it back. Behind the back, wizardry.
In his second season in the league, Jokic would get a chance to start for the Nuggets for the first time in his career, but he would also come off the bench. During that 14-game stretch coming off the bench, Jokic showed why he shouldn't never been taken out of the starting lineup in the first place. He was a solid, consistent scorer as part of Denver's second unit.
Oh man, what a shot!
He even notched a double-double against the Dallas Mavericks, scoring 27 points and snagging 11 rebounds. At this point in his career, Joker started showing off the playing style that would become his signature skill set. He had incredible scoring ability, but preferred to set up his teammates by passing the ball to them and getting them easy open buckets. Once Jokic figured out how to be both a passer and a scorer, Nuggets fans celebrated every December 15th as Jokemas. The future of the Denver Nuggets would be built around the Serbian big man instead of any of their high draft picks. If you were a Denver Nuggets fan, this was the most exciting time to watch basketball in the Mile High City. But for any team forced to play the Nuggets, guarding and playing against Joker would soon become the stuff of nightmares. He was only just beginning to take off.
Jokic has it. There's a reset on the 20. Oh, behind the back! Oh my gosh!
In his 3rd season, Joker took everything he had learned so far in his career and started maxing it out. He didn't just show glimpses like he had the first 2 years, but was a threat to explode and stuff the stat sheet every single night. He averaged 19 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 6 assists. Not only that, but he also had several double-doubles and triple-doubles. In fact, Joker had 10 triple-doubles during his 3rd season, setting a new single-season record for the most triple-doubles in Nuggets history. But he went a step further. Not only did Jokic set the Denver franchise record for triple-doubles, but he also set the record for the fastest triple-double ever recorded in an NBA game. In a win over the Bucks on February 15, 2018, Joker scored 30 points, snagged 15 rebounds, and dished out 17 assists in just 14 minutes and 33 seconds of playing time. This shattered the old record that had been set by Jim Tucker for the Syracuse Nationals back in 1955. The Joker was the talk of the NBA, but even though he went off and balled out in his third season, that still wasn't enough to get Denver to the playoffs. But this would only fuel him to greater heights as his career went on, starting with year number 4.
Millsap. Jokic. Put it up.
By this point, Denver was all in, and so was Nikola. The Nuggets had never won an NBA championship, but they were prepared to do everything it took to climb to the top of the NBA mountain and raise the Larry O'Brien Trophy. This meant paying their big 7-foot superstar his bag. The Nuggets signed Nikola Jokic to a 5-year deal worth $148 million, and he was worth every single penny. He averaged 20 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 7 assists. He also played a career-high 80 regular season games on the way to his first career All-Star nod. When he was named an All-Star in 2019, Joker became the first Nuggets player to receive the honor since Carmelo Anthony in 2011. For the first time in his career, Nikola Jokic averaged over 20 points per game and eventually recorded 22 triple-doubles, which pushed him past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for second all-time in triple-doubles by a 7-footer. And when the playoffs rolled around, he showed up even bigger for the Denver Nuggets. In Denver's playoff run, he averaged 25 points per game. Without him, Denver would not have beaten San Antonio in 6 games. But unfortunately for the Nuggets, even Joker's explosiveness wasn't enough to prevent them from being eliminated by Portland in 7 games. In 2020, the NBA would have a season unlike any other. Because of the worldwide coronavirus pandemic, the league was only able to play games until March 2020 before the season had to be suspended. When the season was finally able to resume and wrap up in the fall of 2020, Joker became a 2-time All-Star. He averaged 20 points per game and joined Carmelo Anthony as just the second 2-time All-Star in Denver Nuggets history. He averaged 20 points a game and led a hungry Denver Nuggets team into the playoffs, where they were eager to build on their first-round series win from the year before. Joker would do everything he could to land Denver to their first NBA championship in franchise history. He even led the Denver Nuggets to a pair of thrilling 7-game series wins over Utah and the heavily favored Los Angeles Clippers team to push them to the Western Conference Finals. Up to this point, Joker and Denver had a Cinderella run, but the team would soon fall to LeBron James and the eventual NBA champion Los Angeles Lakers. But even with another setback, Jokic now knew what it took to reach the top of the NBA mountain. He had a taste of it, and he was even hungrier than ever to prove that not only was he one of the best players in the NBA, but also that Denver had the tools to win the first NBA title in franchise history. In 2023, he would finally get the chance to reach the summit. Joker absolutely went off. He averaged 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists per game during the regular season. There were also several times during the season that he scored 30, 40, and even 50 points per game. He and the rest of his Denver Nuggets teammates were starving to bring championship gold back to the Mile High City. At this point in his career, Nikola Jokic had done almost everything there was to do within the sport. He was a 3-time All-Star and 2-time MVP. Most players would have been happy with that, but Joker knew his legacy was incomplete until he did the one thing every player dreams of doing, raising the Larry O'Brien Trophy. But to do that, Denver would have to go through a gauntlet, a murderer's row of great teams. In the first round of the NBA playoffs, Jokic and the Nuggets would face the Minnesota Timberwolves and their defensive monster, Rudy Gobert. But Nikola and the Nuggets made surprisingly light work of the Wolves, downing them in just 5 games to move on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Not only did the Denver Nuggets advance, but Joker also made some incredible history as well. With Denver's series win over Minnesota, he became the first player in NBA history to average 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists through 50 career playoff games. Not even MJ, Kobe, or LeBron can say they did that. In the Western Conference semifinals, he made even more history. He became Denver's all-time leading scorer in the playoffs, passing Nuggets great Alex English. Joker tied Wilt Chamberlain for the most triple-doubles in the playoffs by a center with 9. He also joined Chamberlain as the only centers in NBA history to score 50 points in a playoff game. But after making short work of the Phoenix Suns in 6 games, Joker and his Denver Nuggets teammates would have to clear one more big hurdle on their way to the NBA Finals: defeat LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Jokic just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good! Of course it goes in! Jokic from downtown! Anthony Davis just stares at him!
Shockingly, this hurdle became more like a speed bump. Joker and the Nuggets not only defeated LeBron and the Lakers, but they swept LA right out of the playoffs. Joker led the way to the promised land, posting insane averages of 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists per game in the Western Conference Finals. This also led him to earning the Conference Finals MVP award, and he became the first non-American player to ever win the award. By this point, a title was well within reach, and the Nuggets were absolutely fearless. After all, they had gone through several heartaches in past years. Now they had the team to avenge those losses. Their championship run was nearly complete. They captured the Western Conference's #1 seed. They then dispatched the league's best defensive team in the Minnesota Timberwolves, shut down another championship contender in the Phoenix Suns, and denied LeBron James a 5th championship by defeating the Lakers in a clean sweep. Joker and the Nuggets would keep their momentum rolling as they defeated Miami rather easily in 5 games. Nikola Jokic and his teammates were now on top of the basketball world. Basketball is the ultimate team sport, but without the Serbian big man, Denver never would have won the title. So one has to ask the question, what makes Nikola Jokic so good? We've heard all about his career accomplishments. Now it's time to see what makes him tick when he's on the hardwood. How does he make opposing players look downright stupid? Nikola Jokic isn't just your run-of-the-mill 7-footer. He has a very particular set of skills that make him a nightmare for defenders. You've heard of point forwards like LeBron and Magic. They're both built like forwards and are their team's best scorers. But they can also facilitate scoring and help get their teammates open for good shots, just like a point guard would. Jokic goes one step further. He could be called a point center. Not only is he Denver's best scorer, but he's also arguably the best passing big man in NBA history as of right now. Centers and power forwards typically aren't known for silky smooth passing skills. Bigs are normally known for their presence in the paint and rebounding. But Nikola Jokic is a whole new breed. Don't believe Joker is the best passing big man in the league right now? Let's take a look.
And Caldwell Pope comes away. Back door. Caldwell Pope layup. This time he banks it in and a foul.
And just an all-around struggle again for the Lakers. And I hate to keep harping on it, but I'm going to harp. This team,
State. And they'll need him here in the conference final. Jokic spins, finds Caldwell Pope cutting. Drive. Careful now. 5 to shoot. Back cut. Murray lays it in. Joker's got eyes in the back of his head.
It doesn't matter what kind of pass he makes. Joker always seems to get the ball to his teammates in the right place at exactly the right time. The degree of touch that he puts on the basketball is ridiculous when he makes one of his trademark passes. Whether he bounces the ball into the paint or does a behind-the-back, no-look pass, he puts the ball in a spot where only his teammates can get it. In an NBA era where many of the league's best players think about scoring first and asking questions later, Nikola Jokic is an unselfish player. He passes first and rarely takes the ball himself. That's what has made the Denver Nuggets so unbelievably dangerous over the years. Along with his passing ability and scoring ability, Jokic can also shoot the 3-ball pretty well for a center. Over the course of his career, he's sunk over 35% of the triples he's taken. On paper, Nikola is a basketball coach's dream. He can score, pass, rebound, shoot, and he's extremely physical since he's 7 feet tall and weighs close to 290 pounds. He's an extremely rare combination of size, talent, and touch. But not only that, he's extremely coachable. He's always looking to get better. But what do today's NBA players think of the Joker? Playing against him is certainly no joke. At 29 years old, most NBA players would be approaching the back half of their careers. But for Nikola Jokic, he might be squarely in his prime. That's absolutely terrifying for the rest of the NBA. The league is full of superstar players, but even they find it hard to argue with Jokic. Whether he decides to retire, Kevin Durant will go down as one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. But even KD finds it incredibly hard to match up against Joker. Nothing he or anyone else does seems to slow Nikola Jokic down.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I felt like all of those shots felt like they was easy shots, you know. And he just played a game at a pace that you can't speed him up. You don't fluster him. He's strong. He can make every shot. I mean, I hate when he makes shots because he's so unorthodox, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a miss, and then it goes straight in. You know, he's incredible.
Former NBA player Richard Jefferson goes one step further, mentioning both Joker's physical and mental characteristics that make him so dangerous.
We've never seen a big that has that type of hand, that type of body, that type of brain, that type of passing ability. We've never seen anybody with anything like that before. He falls in line of those like once in a generation type player.
Okay, so RJ and KD are going crazy at what the big man can do. So what? But when King James raves about his all-around skill set, you know he's somebody special.
What, if anything, did Joker prove to you during the series?
Nothing. I know how great he is. There's certain guys in this league that play the game a certain way that I like to play the game as well, and he's one of them. Where you are always off balance when you go into a player like that because of his ability to score, rebound, shoot. He sees plays before they happen. There's not many guys in our league like that. So you already knew you was going against a beast once the series started. And not only just about his game, everybody gets cracked up into his stats, but I don't think a lot of people talk about like this part of his game.
LeBron James will undoubtedly go down as one of the top 5 greatest players in NBA history when he finally decides to retire, and hardly any will be able to match him in terms of skill or legacy. But the King sees the Joker as an equal and deeply respects his skill set. If Nikola keeps playing like he has up to this point in his career, everything else should come up aces. But can he sustain this level of play as he goes into his 30s? What about beyond that? Right now, Nikola Jokic could decide to hang it up, and he'd almost certainly be in the Hall of Fame discussion. He's earned 6 straight All-Star nods, been named the NBA MVP 3 times, and won a championship. Anything he adds to his legacy beyond that is just a bonus. But beyond that, he carries himself extremely well off the court. Many athletes and celebrities love the spotlight, and they bask in it. But Jokic is the exact opposite. While Joker's gotten used to being the most famous basketball player on the planet right now, he doesn't have any huge plans for when he's eventually retired from the sport.
After the career is over, I think the whole kind of publicity is gonna gone, and I think I'm gonna figure it out. But how I want to see myself is to be around the family, spending days. Probably my kid right now, 1 kid, but who knows. Maybe they're gonna play some sport. Maybe they're gonna do something interesting. Follow them a little bit, and spend the rest of the day with the horses. You know, I have a couple horses outside of Serbia, in Italy, in Sweden, in France. Go maybe race. Actually, that's kind of my secret goal, to be a driver, like to have fun. You know, travel the world or Europe and race horses. That sounds fun.
For as impressive as Nikola Jokic has been on the court, his answer about his future might be even more inspiring. He's earned every right to call himself a celebrity. He's a champion and the current face of the NBA. Not to mention, he's revolutionized the way big men play the game of basketball. But he's still down to earth and extremely humble. You can tell Nikola is focused on being a family man first and a basketball player second. He gives everything when he's on the floor with his teammates. But he knows what's most important in his life, his wife and 2 young kids. He's perfectly happy with fading into the background after he's done dominating the NBA. But history will remember him as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, big man of all time by the time he decides to retire. What do you think? Is Nikola Jokic currently Hall of Fame worthy right now? Where does he rank on your list of all-time big men? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, check out our other videos like this one, and smash the like and subscribe button for more great content. From all of us here at Shooter's Touch, thanks for watching.